Let's solve this geometry problem carefully. We have a right triangle with a square placed inside it, and the hypotenuse of the large triangle is divided into two parts. The lower part of the hypotenuse has length 15 units, and the upper part has length 10 units. Our goal is to find the area of the square. Now, the first thing we should notice is that finding the area of a square becomes very easy if we know the length of one side. Since all sides of a square are equal, let us suppose that each side of the square has length units. Therefore, the area of the square will simply be s multiplied by s, which is s squared. So, our entire problem now becomes finding the value of s squared. Let's look at the figure carefully. Inside the large right triangle, the square creates two smaller right triangles. One is on the left side of the square, and the other is above the square on the right side. Let us call the base of the left triangle t units. Now pay attention to the angles. Both of these smaller triangles contain a right angle because the sides of the square meet at 90 degrees. Also, the top side of the square is parallel to the bottom side of the large triangle. Because of these parallel lines, the angle formed by the hypotenuse and the top side of the square is equal to the angle formed by the hypotenuse and the bottom side of the large triangle. So, we have one pair of equal acute angles and one pair of right angles. Whenever two angles of one triangle are equal to two angles of another triangle, the triangles are similar by the angle-angle similarity criterion. This is a very important idea because similar triangles have proportional corresponding sides. Now let's use that property. The hypotenuse of the upper right triangle is 10 units, and the hypotenuse of the left triangle is 15 units. The side corresponding to S in the upper right triangle corresponds to T in the left triangle. Therefore, we can write the proportion 10 divided by 15 equals S divided by T. Let's cross multiply. 10 multiplied by T equals 15 multiplied by S. Now we want T by itself, so divide both sides by 10. This gives us T equals 15S divided by 10. Notice that 15 and 10 have a common factor of 5. Dividing both by 5 simplifies the fraction and gives us T equals 3S divided by 2. This is a very useful result because now we have all three sides of the left-right triangle expressed in terms of S. The hypotenuse is 15, one leg is S, and the other leg is 3S divided by 2. Whenever we know the three sides of a right triangle are related, the Pythagorean Theorem is the natural tool to use. Recall that the Pythagorean Theorem states that the square of the hypotenuse equals the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Applying that theorem to the left triangle, we get 15 squared equals s squared plus the quantity 3s divided by 2 whole squared. Now, let's simplify each term carefully. 15 squared is 225, so we have 225 equals s squared plus the quantity 3s divided by 2 whole squared. Squaring the numerator and denominators separately gives us 9s squared divided by 4. Therefore, the equation becomes 225 equals s squared plus 9s squared divided by 4. Now we need to combine the terms on the right side, but they do not currently have a common denominator. The first term, s squared, can be rewritten as 4s squared divided by 4. Doing that gives us 225 equals 4, s squared divided by 4 plus 9s squared divided by 4. Since the denominators are now the same, we can add the numerators. 4s squared plus 9s squared equals 13s squared. Therefore, 225 equals 13s squared divided by 4. To eliminate the denominator, multiply both sides of the equation by 4. On the left side, 225 multiplied by 4 equals 900. On the right side, the 4's cancel, leaving 13s squared. So we now have 900 equals 13s squared. At this stage, my friend, if you're enjoying the explanation and the problem is making sense so far, take a second to like the video and subscribe to the channel because we solve interesting geometry and math puzzles like this regularly. Now let's finish the calculation. We need s squared, so divide both sides by 13. This gives us s squared equals 900 divided by 13. Notice something important here. We do not actually need the value of s itself because the area of the square is s squared. Earlier we established that the area of the square equals s squared. Therefore, the area of the square is directly equal to 900 divided by 13 square units. If we want a decimal approximation, we divide 900 by 13. Performing the division gives approximately 69.23. Therefore, the area of the square is approximately 69.23 square units. Let's quickly review the logic. We first assign the side length of the square as s. Then, we identified two similar right triangles. Using the property of similar triangles, we found that t equals 3 divided by 2. After that, we applied the Pythagorean Theorem to the left-right triangle, substituted the known expressions, simplified the equation, obtained 900 equals 13s squared, and finally found that s squared equals 900 divided by 13. Since the area of the square is s squared, the area comes out to be 900 divided by 13 square units, or approximately 69.23 square units. That's the complete solution. If this problem helped you understand similar triangles and the Pythagorean theorem a little better, then comment below with your answer. Before the final calculation, let me know where you got stuck if any step was difficult. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. I'll see you in the next mathematics challenge.